What's up, Affordable Armory folks? How y'all doing? Today, we're going to be talking about the Springfield Hellcat Pro. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so you'll find out when future videos come out. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Before we get too deep into this video, I want to thank my sponsor, Vetter Holsters. Vetter makes great holsters. I happen to love them. If you're looking for a holster for your new pistol, maybe even this Springfield Hellcat like we're talking about in this video, they've got it for you. They're available in all sorts of colors, inside the waistband, outside the waistband. I happen to like their light tuck holster. I also use their V3 gun belt, so they do have gun belts as well. All sorts of options. You can get the holsters with a claw, without a claw. So again, I want to thank Vetter for sponsoring the channel. I'll put a link in the description below where you can find out more information about what they have to offer. Okay, here we are on the workbench and we have the standard Springfield Armory box. All right, nothing really special about it. It's a cardboard box. We're gonna open it up and inside you have the gun in a bag. So I'll set that to the side here. You have all of your paperwork here. You have a target that they've shot, which is pretty cool. You don't see this very often anymore. Used to see manufacturers include the shell casings that they fired out of the gun when they test fired it, as well as the target. So that's pretty cool that Springfield actually did that. Now the owner of this gun did give me 2 extra magazines to work with, so it does not come with 4 magazines. Now under here, there's pretty standard stuff. You're gonna get a Springfield branded mag loader, probably chuck that in the trash can, and then a Springfield branded gun lock. Now inside this cool little pouch here is the gun. All right, and I will go ahead and show you that it is unloaded. So lock the slide to the rear, remove the magazine. There you go, gun's unloaded. All right, I'm gonna set this to the side for a second and show you. Here is the second magazine. So it's kind of cool. You get a little carry case as well as a spot to hold your spare magazine. All right, here is the Hellcat Pro. Right off the bat, optics ready, right out of the box. Absolutely essential on modern pistols. I don't know why gun makers are making new pistols and not making them optics ready right out of the box. But this one is, which is good. And then you've got a front night sight on there. It's yellow, so that's going to be high visibility, as well as this U-notch rear sight. I kind of like these sights, although I wish that was blacked out and or a night sight of some sort, but no big deal. The high vis front sight is what's more important. Now, as to the features of this gun, you've got some nice texturing here. It's fairly aggressive, but not super aggressive, like gonna hurt your hands kind of aggressive. You have a little bit of finger grooves there, which they're so subtle, I don't even really notice them, to be honest, but they're there. And then this right here is also kind of carved out for your thumb. So that's kind of nice. And then you do have notches up front for your trigger finger and your sport hand thumb. You do have 2 rail slots there, which is kind of nice. And then the slide serrations, they're okay. I wish they were a little deeper. My fingers kind of roll over them. They're not as aggressive as I would like them to be. I just want them to be a little bit deeper. They're kind of wide, but that's just me and my personal preference. The other thing I noticed is this magazine release button. It's really flush with the frame. If you look right there, you can see it just disappears into the frame. I would like that to stick out just a little more so that my thumb doesn't roll right over the top of it. It does have some texturing there, but it's forward texturing and it's rolled forward like into the frame. I want it to stick out from the frame so that I can push it really easily rather than my thumb rolling right over it. But that's just my personal preference, no big deal. And then the last thing to talk about is obviously the trigger. Trigger is a blade style trigger, very similar to a Glock, except it's got more of a flat shape than a curve, and it's not a bad trigger press. There's your take up there, you press it and then go through, and then there is your reset, again press. So it's not a bad trigger. It feels a little heavy, like maybe 6.5 pounds, somewhere in there, but that's just a guess and it could just be me. but I definitely feel like it's heavier than your average striker fired pistol. Last thing is you do have a little bit of an undercut right here underneath the trigger guard, and that's kind of nice because it allows you to get your knuckle high up under the trigger, giving you better control of the gun. Speaking of controlling the gun, let's go shoot this thing. Here we go. First time shooting the Springfield Hellcat Pro. We're gonna see how it does. Got plenty of magazines loaded up. Here we go. Alright, not bad so far. Let's run another mag through it. I'm just getting the feel for it at the moment, and so we're going to see how it does. Keep it rolling. Alright, so I put 60 rounds through the gun. That's 4 15-round magazines. Here are the shots. Alright, this was the first target here. Ignore this stuff right here. I was doing something funky with my grip, and I corrected it. That's a whole different story. Talk about that in a future video. Here, I'm a little high and to the left, just a hair. And then down here, I was missing to the left, and then I made a correction to my grip again. That got me more centered. I had a couple in the X, and then this third one here is the best group of them all. They're all up here, so a little high. Overall, it seems to shoot just a hair high. And then this, again, the stuff to the left is more on me than the gun. Not a bad little shooter though. So far, I would say I like it. So there you go. There's my unboxing and initial impressions of the Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro. I gotta say, I like it a whole lot better than I liked my regular Hellcat. Now this is not my pistol. I want to thank a couple of my viewers who actually loaned this to me for review. Thank you so much, guys. I've really enjoyed shooting it, and I may just have to get one for myself. As always, head over to affordable-armory.com. That's where the blog lives. That's where our social media links are. That's where our affiliate links are, so you can save yourself some money on something you were going to buy anyway. And we've got merch like hats, t-shirts, and mugs. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.